Hi, bright day, we are the group 3, and I am Judea Maningo, and I am going to talk about the cultural heritage. Cultural heritage, it is the one who illustrates how and why we value our cultural heritage. So there are four in cultural heritage. First one is the understanding. Through understanding cultural heritage, people value it. Second one is value. By valuing cultural heritage, people want to care for it. The third one is caring. Caring for our cultural heritage helps people to enjoy it. The last one, or the fourth one, is enjoyment. From enjoying cultural heritage came a desire to understand. So let's talk about Negros Occidental. Negros Occidental, a province located in the region of Western Visayas in the Philippines, shaping like a sack or medyas. It is also known as the sugar bowl of the Philippines. Negros Occidental produces more than the nation's sugar output. And Negros Occidental is home to sprawling haciendas planted with sugarcane. The primary spoken language is Hiligaynon, and the predominant religious domination is Roman Catholic. When we say predominant, is the most part or the most part religion in the Negros Occidental is Roman Catholic. Bacolod City is the capital seat of government and most populous city of the province, but is governed independently, a highly urbanized city. So Bacolod is popular in Negros Occidental because it's the city of Smile, the famous Mascara Festival. So when we say the highly urbanized city, it is having a lot of houses, offices, factories, etc. or having a lot of people who live and work in that city. Negros was originally known to the natives as Buglas, meaning cut off in Old Hiligaynon. And when the Spaniards arrived in April 1565, they named it Negros because of dark-skinned natives they found. So Ilog City was made the first capital of the province in 1743 and then later transferred to Himamaylan, known as the third-class city in the province of Negros. And Bacolod finally became the capital in 1849.
Hey, I am Litrago Jason. So I will discuss about the historical landmarks that we found in Negros Occidental. So the first historical landmark is the house of General Jacinto Lacson. The house of General Jacinto Lacson is nearly a century-old edifice standing in the midst of Hacienda Matabang in Talisay. A central house of General Jacinto Lacson, Ili Desma has remarkable qualities that make it worth everyone's time. The house represents a historical exposure to three generations of colonial rule in the Philippines. It is located in the city of Talisay. The house was built in 1880 by General Jacinto Lacson, a Katipuneros who together with General Juan Araneta of Bagu, successfully lead a province with revolt against the Spanish on November 5, 1898. Next in Negros Occidental is the house of General Juan Araneta in Bagu City. The house of General Juan Araneta in Bagu City was built towards the end of the 19th century and stands today as the Araneta Museum. If there is any structure that mirrors the resilient spirit of the people of Bagu City in Negros Occidental, then it would be Balay ni Tan Juan, the central home of the Negrancy revolutionary hero General Juan Araneta, officially called the General Juan Araneta Residence and Landmarks Museum. The imposing heritage house that stood of the test of time, and today it has become one of the city's most important landmarks. Balay ni Tan Juan became a semblance of city's rich history and culture. It serves as a structure that stood witness to the struggles of the people during the dark eyes or years of the Hispanic colonization and the events that took place prior to the historic Negros Revolutionary of 1988. The Balayu was declared by the National Historical Landmark and was allocated appropriate funding for its restoration. It has become a usual host for visiting.
Good day, everyone. I am Laika S. Arasio. Today, I will be discussing another two places that are crucial and have a big part in our cultural heritage, which is Araneta Monument, Bago City, and Rizal Elementary School, Bacolod City. So first, I will be tackling about Araneta Monument, Bago City. The monument at the entrance to the city shows General Juan Araneta mounted on his horse during the Revolution of November 5, 1898. The image shows an equestrian statue of General Juan Araneta in Bago City, Philippines. The statue depicts the general on horseback, likely representing his rule in the Philippine Revolution. The statue is mounted on a stone pedestal and building. There is some landscape visible in the background, including trees and modern building. The statue appears to be made of bronze of a similar metallic material with a gold finish. It symbolizes heroism and patriotism, power and authority, national identity and pride, historical remembrance, and civic pride. First, it symbolizes heroism and patriotism. The equestrian statue is a common way to depict military leaders and heroes. The pose with Araneta holding what appears to be a sword or a ball emphasizes his military rule and contribution to the revolution. This symbolizes his bravery, leadership, and dedication to the cause of Philippine independence, power, and authority. The elevated position of the statue atop of the pedestal and the size of figure itself conveys a sense of power and authority. It signifies Araneta's importance and influence during his time, national identity and pride. The monument serves as a visual representation of Bago City's history and connection to the Philippine Revolution. It fosters a sense of national identity and pride among the citizens. Historical remembrance. The statue serves as a memorial ensuring the Araneta's contribution to the revolution are not forgotten. It acts as a physical reminder of a significant historical event and the individuals who played a part in it. Civic pride. The placement of the statue in a prominent location, likely a public space, indicates its importance to the city and its citizens. It signifies civic pride and a connection to local history. So next, Rizal Elementary School, Bacolod City. Originally known as the Rizal Institute, the Rizal Elementary School on Aran Street is the first educational institution established by the Americans in Bacolod City. Rizal Elementary School started from a quaint Kogan shanty in 1924 with one teacher. Due to the burning of the schoolhouse in 1932, the school was inevitably closed and classes were resumed in 1934 when two buildings was constructed. During Japanese time, due to Chuetic period, lawlessness, Muñoz district was centralized in the population and Rizal Primary School had to close its door. Upon the reopening of the school in 1951, Rizal became complete elementary school. It is situated 6 kilometers away from the city proper and bounded by Barangay San Felipe in north, Barangay Linglingan in the west, Barangay Franza in the south, and Barangay Kabisulukulan in the east. At this time, it is a home and place of learning to pupils coming from Kabisukulan, Franza, and Felipe and San Andres. So the school's aims to empower the learners to be leaders and capable of self-adjustment in life. Rizal Elementary has a land area of 8,448 square meters and at present Rizal Elementary School has 9 teachers and 9 section and 263 pupils. That's all. Thank you. The next reporter will be discussing the other cultural heritage in the Philippines.
Hi everyone, I'm Jomalyn Largosa, one of the reporter of Group 3. Today I will be discussing two historical landmarks. First is we have the Fort San Juan in Bacolod City. The fort was originally built in 1890 by a Recollet friar, Fray Mauricio Ferrero, who, with Father Fernando Cuenca, also built the San Sebastian Cathedral. So Fort San Juan is located in Bacolod City, Philippines. Was a historical landmark that once served as the provincial jail. The fort was a significant structure in the city's history, but unfortunately, it no longer exists. In 2011, the provincial jail was relocated to Bago City, rendering Fort San Juan obsolete. Despite calls to convert the fort into a provincial museum, it was ultimately demolished to make way for a new development project. Since the land where Fort San Juan stood was leased to Capitol Hill Land Development Corporation, today it was constructed as the 888 Chinatown Square Mall. This decision sparked controversy as some residents felt that the historical significance of the fort warranted preservation. Next is the Cinco de Noviembre marker in Silay City. The Cinco de Noviembre marker is located in Silay City, specifically on Cinco de Noviembre Street. This street holds historical significance as it was where the revolutionary leaders planned to uprising and where the revolution began. The marker commemorates the day when NEGROS revolutionaries led by General Aniceto Lacson successfully ousted the Spanish authorities. The revolutionaries, though outnumbered and outgunned, employed clever tactics and a well-planned strategy to achieve victory. The marker serves as a reminder of the bravery and determination of the NEGROS people in their fight for freedom. And that's all, so now let us listen to the next report.
Hello everyone, my name is Fritzchen Masculino, and for today we're gonna talk about the Bago Bridge and the Theodore Venter Monument. First is the Bago Bridge. The Bago Bridge, located in Bago City, Negros Occidental, is a vital structure that connects communities and facilitates trades and transportation within the region. This bridge spans the Bago River, a significant waterway that plays an important role in the city's history and development. Bago City is known as the home of historical and natural treasures due to its rich heritage and scenic beauty. It was named after the bago tree, a species of mangrove that was abundant in the area during pre-colonial times. The Bago River, over which the bridge is built, is one of the largest rivers in Negros Island. It serves as a lifeline for irrigation and agriculture in the city, which is a hub for rice and sugarcane production. The bridge stands as a symbol of progress and modernization for Bago City, allowing residents to travel and transport goods more efficiently. The Bago Bridge is not just an infrastructure project, but also a representation of resilience and unity among people of Bago City. Historically, the river its ponds often pose challenges, especially during floods or typhoons, disrupting daily lives and economic activities. Moreover, the bridge has witnessed numerous cultural and historical events in Bago City. The city played a role in the Philippine Revolution, being the site of important battle against Spanish forces. Next, let's talk about the Theodore Venter Monument and the Monument of the Unknown Soldiers. The Theodore Venter Monument and the Monument of the Unknown Soldiers in Bacolod City are important historical landmarks that pay tributes to acts of heroism during World War II. Who was Theodore Venter? Theodore Venter was an American soldier who served in the Philippines during World War II. He is remembered for his bravery and sacrifice in protecting the local population against Japanese forces during Japanese occupation in the Philippines. The Theodore Venter Monument, located in Bacolod City, was erected in his honor. It commemorates his role in fighting alongside Filipino guerrillas and highlights his heroic efforts, especially during crucial battle in Negros Islands. Winter is remembered for leading a resistance effort against the Japanese. Event, even at the cost of his life, his actions contributed significantly to the liberation efforts on the island of Negros.
Hi everyone, my name is Bernadette Olvinada, BSAIS 1A, and this is my report. My report is all about Battle of Gintabuan. Battle of Gintabuan is a marker built in memory of heroes of Gintabuan, an event about the struggle of local revolutionaries who opposed American rule after the fall of Spain. If you're familiar with the topography of highway between the municipality of Enrique B. Magalona and the city of Silay in the province of Negros Occidental in the Philippines, you'd notice a statue of a man holding his sword on his right hand and a pistol on his left, with the green sugarcane leaves as his backdrop and the tall electrical post as his companions. He stands gallantly day and night, rain or shine, with or without any vehicular traffic. At night, without any light, he slumbers in the dark. During the day, he captures the attention of all passers-by. The monument is a marker to commemorate the heroism of group of Negrens and Ilonggo soldiers led by Elias Magbanwa, who fought against the American forces on August 19, 1899. The soldiers from Iloilo province crossed the Iloilo Strait and joined their Negrens brothers in Saravia, the old name of municipality of Enrique Magalona, in their fight for independence against the Americans. Although they might not have successfully fought off the Americans, their bravery and gallantry are now part of the island's history, just like the other uprisings and the other parts of Negros Islands. So every time we pass this monument, let's remember that more than 120 years ago, a group of brave Negrenses and Ilonggos risked and sacrificed their lives to fight for their rights, independence, and the future of Negrenses. And even though this is probably not celebrated or taught at any local school, just like the other bits of our region's history, this marker reminds us a bit of our history we might not even know. In this photo, Elias Magbanwa basked the late afternoon sunlight, looking to the west and awaiting the impending sunset to his beloved motherland. He raises his sword to remind his fellow Negrenses passing by that fighting for independence goes on and that memories of their armed struggles against foreign colonizers should live on every time we pass by this monument. Ubong Point in Hinubaan is a special place with a unique history that dates back to Second World War. It is an offshore area in the southern town of Hinubaan where Captain Jesus Villamor of Allied Intelligence Bureau was brought by submarine from Australia during the war. During this time, Captain Jesus Villamor played a crucial role in helping the Allied forces gather important information and intelligence to fight against the enemy. He used Ubong Point as a strategic location to communicate with his fellow officers and plan out important missions. The journey to Ubong Point was not an easy one. Captain Jesus Villamor had to travel by submarine, facing many dangers along the way. It was a risky mission, but one that was necessary in order to turn the tide of the war in the favor of Allied forces. Despite the challenges he faced, Captain Jesus Villamor showed great courage and determination. He knew the importance of his missions and was willing to take risk his own life in order to achieve success. His bravery inspired those around him, and his effort ultimately played a significant role in helping the Allies win the war. Today, Obong Point serves as a reminder of the sacrifice made by the Captain Jesus Villamor and all those who fought in the Second World War. It is the place where we can honor their memory and reflect on the courage and determination that helped shape the course of history. In, in conclusion, Obong Point in Hinubaan is a place of great historical significance. It is a testament to the bravery and sacrifice of those who fought in the Second World War, and a reminder of the importance of standing up for what is right, even in the face of danger. Captain Jesus Villamore's story is one that will always be remembered, and his legacy continues to inspire others to this day.
Good day, I am Jericho Pamatian, and I am the reporter of churches in Bacolod City. First, San Sebastian Cathedral in Bacolod City. Built in 1876, the San Sebastian Church became the nucleus of a new settlement, the present-day city in Bacolod. Ang Sebastian is nabuild ini sa siyang 1876 nga naghalin sa nucleus of a new settlements in the Bacolod City. Poblasyon Episcopal Bacolod City, older than Sebastian Cathedral by approximately 50 years. The Bishop Palace, built by Father Julian Gonzaga, was eventually finished only in the 1890s. Ang Poblasyon Episcopal na amo ni siya ang church nga pinaka una-una nga build, means ano na ba arang pinakadugay na bala nga pag-obra kay na ano gini siya, bali daw 50 years na daw nakalipas bago ni siya naubra. Then ang founders ni sang ilang ini nga church ay si Father Julian Gonzaga. Kag na ano ni siya na tapos ni ang ini nga church in 1890s. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. Today I will be discussing the bells of San Sebastian Bacolod City and San Sebastian Cathedral, a century-old landmark of faith and heritage. Bells of San Sebastian Bacolod City. The centennial bells of San Sebastian Cathedral were brought down from their place in the belfry and mounted at the right side of the churchyard in 1976, the 100-year anniversary of the cathedral. The San Sebastian Cathedral in Bacolod City, Negros Occidental, holds a significant place in the history and spiritual life of the province. The current structure of the cathedral was constructed and officially inaugurated on January 20, 1882, making it one of the oldest and most enduring churches in Negros Occidental on June 23, 1993. The church was elevated to the status of a cathedral, marking another milestone in its historical journey. Over the years, the cathedral has undergone repairs and improvements, most notably in 1936 under the leadership of Casimiro M. Ladoc, D.D., the first bishop of Bacolod, 1933 to 1951. The church was originally founded by Bishop Mariano Cuartero, O.P., demonstrating its deep-rooted legacy in the Catholic faith. Located on Rizal Street, Bacolod City, Philippines, the cathedral continues to be a vibrant center of worship with the feast day celebrated annually on January 20. The belfry and centennial bells adding to its historical significance is the cathedral's belfry, which was constructed by the Sugarlandy Lions Club of Bacolod and inaugurated on July 31, 1976. Coinciding with the cathedral's centennial year, this iconic structure houses a large bell weighing an impressive 1,543.5 kilos. This bell, valued at 1,245,000, was generously donated by Fernando Mariano Avila, who served as the parish priest of Bacolod from 1863 to 1871. The belfry with its centennial bells serves as a symbolic reminder of the deep faith and resilience of the Negrins people over the years. These bells have marked countless celebrations, solemn occasions, and community milestones, making them a cherished cultural artifact. With its rich history, architectural, and cultural significance, the San Sebastian Cathedral remains a beacon of faith and heritage in Bacolod City, whether through the majestic sound of its bells or the solemn celebrations within its walls. The cathedral continues to reunite and inspire the community it has served for over a century. Balay Silay City Negros. Balay Negros is an ancestral mansion of the Gastons that was converted into a lifestyle museum showing how the sugar planters lived at the century. So Balay Negros is the ancestral home of the Gaston family, one of the prominent sugar planter families in Negros Occidental. It was built in 1897 by Victor Fernandez Gaston, a French-Filipino sugar baron, as a residence for his family. The house is located in Silay City, often referred to as the Paris of Negros because of its rich cultural and architectural heritage. When the Gaston family moved out, the house fell into despair. However, in the 1970s, it was restored and eventually converted into a lifestyle museum in 1990. Today, Balay Negron stands as a monument to the opulent lifestyle of the sugar elite during the height of the sugar industry in Negros. Inside Balay Negrons, you'll find well-preserved antique furniture, family heirlooms, and period places that reflects the grandeur and elegance of the sugar baron's way of life. The museum has several rooms including the grand living area, dining room, bedrooms, and even a chapel. Each space tells a story of how the family lived and highlights the cultural richness of the era. So, in conclusion, Balay Negrons is a treasure trove of history and culture, offering visitors an opportunity to step back in time and experience the luxurious lifestyle of Negros sugar planters. It stands as a proud reminder of Silay City's role in shaping the heritage of Negros Occidental.
Hello there everyone. Bright afternoon. This is J. Lord Noble. I am 20 years old and from BSAIS 1A. Today, I'll be giving you about some historical facts about the Church of San Diego in Silay City and the other one, Church of Saint Joseph in Vicmeco or Victoria Smiling Company in Victoria City. First, let's start in San Diego in Silay City. The center of Catholic faith in Silay City, the San Diego Pro Cathedral, or the said to be the only church in Negros Occidental with a dome. It is also the only pro cathedral in the Philippines outside the Metro Manila. Guys, if you're wondering what really a pro cathedral that I have mentioned, or if you're interested about its historical facts or some information about it from the history, and then I will be glad that I'm not alone here. So therefore, join me and let's get to know more about the Church of San Diego in Silay City. Okay, so hello there guys, and this information I will be sharing unto you is not literally from me, and I did not own this, because since this information I will be giving unto you is I have just seen it in the internet, and some of this information I will be giving unto you is just part or some of those information that about Church of San Diego. And guys, I will clarify that I may not provide all the information you need about the church, so pardon me. Now, going back to the church, do you guys know that the Church of San Diego in Silay City was built in what was that? uh, nipa and bamboo, and also yes, that's it. Oh, and uh, it was also erected in the 1780s under the leadership of Gobernador Alejo Alejo Severino. But in 1925, Sugar Baron Don Jose Ledesma donated funds to build a new structure to the church, and to replace also the old church. He also he also commissioned Losio Bernasconi, an Italian architect, for the church design, which is Romanesque. Um, Therefore, also taking inspiration from the Latin cross shape, uh, ano, taking inspiration from the magnificent churches in Italy, Bernasconi created a layout that followed the Latin cross shape. In 1927, the new church was completed and inaugurated. Anyway, the first priest of the church was Padre Alejo Ignacio de Molenas. He is a Spaniard, and he is a priest in, I don't know the exact date, but maybe around 1976 to 1841. Yeah. Yes, that's yes. And okay, let's move to the other one. And this church is the Church of Saint Joseph the Worker in Vicmico in Victoria City. The church was built in 1948. Saint Joseph the Worker Chapel in Vicmico, or the Victoria Smiling Company, was built by the Orosio family. The Orosio family are the owner of the sugar company in Victoria Smiling Company, or the Vicmico. And so 4 years, it is called the Orosio Chapel. It is located within the company complex, and it was erected to serve the religious needs of its employees and families. The Orosios initially commissioned Leandro Locsin to draw up its design, but the project went to Czech American architect Antonin Raymond. Construction of the earthquake-proof church was carried out in the post-war period between 1948 and 1950. The church has been under the religious administration of the Salesians of Don Bosco since 1960s. Anyway, the Saint Joseph Church is also known, or popularly known as, the what was it again? Yes, the Saint Joseph Church is popularly also known as Antichrist Church. Yes, and that's all. That's all for today. And again, guys, I may not give you the information you need, because this information I have shared unto you is some parts, or just some small portion of those information about these two churches. And that's all, guys. Thank you.
My name is Semeje Martinez, and I will discuss the Chapel of the Cartwheels and Church of Our Lady in Peace. Chapel of the Cartwheels, Bacolod. Bacolod is one of the old provinces of the Philippines, which has rich history from the colonial years of the Philippines under Spanish period, when the country is still uninformed of the developments in the advanced countries. Most of the early Settlers who have developed the town were Spanish, Portuguese, Chinese, and few French, to name a few. As the country has been influenced by the Western nations, the country also used karitila, or some, it may known as karwahe in English. It could be expressed as the carriage. The wheels used in the old days for the karitila were now used of the walls and windows of the Chapel of the Cartwheels in Hacienda Rosalia, Manapla. As one closely take a look of the cartwheels, one can see that these are the original wheels used from the past during time that Don, Doña, Señora, Señorita, Señor, and etc. were still being used to call the noble families. They were also the primary people who have ridden on these caritilas in the past. But for the ones used in this chapel, the caritilas were used in the sugar plantation in transporting the harvest. Each of the cartwheels has its own unique identity as the wheels have been used differently. The marks of the wear and tear of the wheels on the calle in the sugar plantations these wheels have seen through in the past can be seen. The Our Lady of Peace. One of the oldest structures of the town is the church constructed during the Spanish era. The Our Lady of Peace and Good Voyage Catholic Church, simply called as La Carlota Church, the century-old, is located at La Paz Street, La Carlota City, Negros Occidental. In 1870, it was just a small chapel made of bamboo and cogon. In 1873, Father Eustaco Cascaro was the first priest to be assigned in the chapel. It only became a parish in 1876, and the construction of the stone church started. The church is the Romanesque architectural design made of coral stones and silay red bricks. The materials which come from Guimaras were guided together by lime mixed with duck eggs. The church was finished in 1877 with the help of devotees offering into the Lady of Peace. La Carlota rich historical past is evidenced in its landmarks, home to the oldest sugar mills of the province. You'll also find vintage steam, locomotives, Muscovite mills, heritage houses, and buildings.
Bright day! I am your next reporter and I am Darren E. Palama. And today, I will be discussing some of the historical churches that can be found in Negros Occidental. One of these is the religious grotto at Hacienda Santa Ana, San Carlos City. Some of 2 kilometers west of San Carlos City is the sacred grotto of Our Lady of Lourdes. The grotto was discovered by a lawyer in a part of his farm and where he placed a small statue of the Blessed Mother. This was built by attorney Silverio Eusebio in the late 1960s. It gained attention because of those whose illnesses and disabilities were miraculously cured. The life-size religious statues depicting the 14 stations of the cross and the miraculously statue of Our Lady of Lourdes can be found at the said location. Travel time is 15 minutes from the city proper. The next historical church in Negros Occidental that I'll be discussing is San Antonio Abad Church in Bacolod City. This crown-shaped church features Stations of the Cross done by Bacolod's top artist. It is also features in altar sculpture, the Risen Christ done by national artist Solomon Sapred.
Hi, I'm back and let's talk about the Bago Church in Bago City. Bago City is also known as the home of historical and natural resources. Standing next to the southern portion of Bago Public Plaza, the Catholic Church of Bago is believed to be more than 100 years old, built by the Recollect friars who administrated the then small town from the early 1600s. It is said to be a Mexican architecture. So when we say Mexican architecture, it's like a hacienda style. So when you see mansion in haciendas, it's like that's the design of Bago Church, and it's really beautiful. and it is said to be built by the Recollect friars. When we say Recollect friars, they are called the church to carry out the activities proper to the ministerial priesthood. The last but not the least, the Vito Church in Barangay Vito, Sagay City. This is very old church was established during the religious administration of Negros by the Recollect friars in mid-1850s. So I said earlier what Recollect friar is. So the Vito Church is also established by the friars. Republic Act No. 8371 Act to recognize, protect, and promote the rights of indigenous cultural communities and indigenous people, creating a National Commission on Indigenous People, establishing, implementing mechanism, appropriating funds, therefore, and for the purpose. And the main reason of this is to recognize the equal treatment or of citizens who belong to the indigenous community or group. When we say indigenous people, they are the holders of unique languages, knowledge systems, and beliefs, and possesses invaluable knowledge of practice for the sustainable management of natural resources. So we must protect our indigenous peoples.